Welcome back to another episode of Real Estate Stories. Hey, if I'm in the throes of purchasing a house, can I just walk away? Like, what do you think? Hey, Mason, welcome back. So we were talking, and I guess, so what happens? Can I just get out of a real estate contract? If I sign a contract and I'm in the process of purchasing a house and I just don't want it anymore, what happens?
You can't just get out. It's a binding contract. So the short answer is no, you cannot just walk away. I'll let you kind of take it because it's a very long, it's not a very easy.
It's a big topic, right? It's a really big topic, and there will be all kinds of countless scenarios. But if I'm in the process of buying a house, like you said, it's a contract, right? And there's terms and conditions. So if I'm the seller of the house, it's kind of the same, right? As a seller, I can't just decide I don't want to sell the house to you. It just doesn't work that way. So you have a scenario, right? You have a scenario right now, and that's why this is timely for us. But this is not the first time we've experienced this, although the circumstances are always different, right? We're dealing with humans. So what's the circumstance of your particular situation right now?
You're
under contract.
Yeah, we're under contract. Yeah, I don't know how personal to get with the conversation, but we're under contract. We got through the home inspection phase, got through the appraisal. It appraised everything. And he just decided that he's no longer wants to buy the home because of financial reasons. The payment's a little too high for him.
Okay, right. So in this particular buyer's case, you got through the appraisal. The appraisal came back okay. The appraisal is a contingency in this particular situation.
Just like home inspection.
Right. You got through the home inspection. The home inspection concerns were addressed to the buyer's satisfaction, right?
Yep.
No home is perfect, right? We know that.
Exactly.
But whatever the buyer's concerns were, the seller said, okay, I will address A, B, and C, or whatever they are.
Yep, exactly.
And so you got through that, and then the buyer basically said, you know what, I just don't want the house anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
And when you dug into it a little bit and communicated with the buyer and the mortgage company, it really came down to the buyer being nervous about their payment, which is a little bit higher than what they were comfortable with. They're approved for it, right?
Yep. Approved for way more, but yeah.
But they're just not really comfortable with it. This smells like a first-time buyer to me.
Yeah, all day.
Yeah, it does. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that it just, first-time buyers can often get nervous. I mean, oh my God, I'm about to buy a house. This is like getting real once you get into this process. And that payment sometimes you can be like, oh, wow, what if you're used to paying rent of $1,500 a month and your mortgage is now going to be $2,000 a month, even though you may qualify for $3,000 a month, right?
Yeah.
But then the payment's higher, and now you can't call the landlord to fix this or fix that. And you had the home inspection done, and even though the seller is going to address some stuff that you're concerned about, the home's not perfect, and maintaining a home could be a big responsibility, right?
Yeah, I love when the buyers, too, maybe it's a little off topic, but when they know that the house needs work, oh, I'm not worried. I'll take care of it myself, once I own the house. And then the home inspection happens. And that's where things sometimes take a turn.
Yeah, and home inspections are interesting. We have a whole bunch of videos about home inspection stuff. I was just talking to someone about this, too, in another transaction, another agent. Being at the home inspection is one thing as a buyer, and you get it right from the home inspector's mouth, and they walk you through the concerns and talk to you about everything. And then the next day when you get the report,
so different.
It all of a sudden it's like sticker shock, like, oh my God, there's 75 pages and my house is falling down. Yeah. Even though 24 hours earlier you're like, yeah, that's cool. Those couple of things I'll ask the seller to fix and I'm good. And then you see the report, and the report makes it sound like the home is falling down. No offense to any of our home inspector friends out there. You guys know, though, on paper, it's a tough read sometimes.
Yeah, I've had it happen too many times.
So the point is, the contract is a contract, and being nervous isn't a contingency in our contract that allows us to walk away, right? We can't walk away as a seller. We can't walk away as a buyer. However, let's just use your guy as an example. If his mortgage got denied for some reason, right? Let's just say, God forbid, he lost his job, or his debt to income ratio, or credit was too high, or his credit dropped. Something happened in the throes of putting that together. Well, the mortgage is a contingency of the contract for most people. Then the contract would be cancelable, right? In his case, if he's using FHA or VA, it has to appraise for the contract price. If it appraises for less, the contract is cancelable. But anxiety, unfortunately, is not a contract contingency.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give you a quick example, and then we'll wrap this video. So I just had a client purchase a home, and he was pretty anxious the whole way through the process. He was just an anxious kind of buyer for many, many reasons. And we closed on the home recently. And within a couple of days, there was an issue with the washing machine of the house and something else. I can't remember what it was. And he was really anxious. He called me up. He's like, I don't know what to do. I said, well, I can reach out to the other agency. Was there an issue with the washing machine? Is there anything that they know about, from the seller, that kind of stuff? But in the throes of the conversation, he literally said to me, he goes, well, it's only been a few days. I'm just going to cancel this whole thing, give the house back. I'm going to give the house back. I don't want it anymore after he already closed.
It doesn't work like that.
Well,
it's like car. It's the same idea, in my opinion.
Yeah, exactly. Even more so than a car, though, right? Cars on occasion can be, depending on those terms, can be owned for a finite period of time, and there's some kind of guarantee that the dealership has. But never with a house, like never. It's just, so he's like, well, isn't there a 60 or 90-day return policy? He literally said that. I'm like, unfortunately not. It doesn't, I certainly wasn't laughing about it because it was a really stressful, very anxious guy. I said, unfortunately, it doesn't work that way with real estate. So let's figure out a way to get you through this so you can enjoy the beautiful home that you bought rather than be so anxious about it,
Yeah.
So that's an extreme example. That's after the contract and after the closing, and a couple of days after, later, when he got really upset about some things going on with the house, which is just part of home ownership. That happens sometimes. Things break, unfortunately. So, but it's definitely not returnable. And the contract is loaded with all kinds of contingencies. A seller's contingency might be, hey, if the seller for some reason can't provide clear title to the property and they can't clear the mortgages or liens on it, well, then they can't close, right? So if it's a $300,000 sale and through the title process, and we have an interview with a title person coming on real soon on this channel. So if you're really curious about what title people do, stay tuned, subscribe. They can't be forced to sell the house if maybe they owe $350 in liens, but the contract is $300, right? So same kind of thing. They can't be forced into it when certain contingencies are activated. However, I guess the summary of this is anxiety is not a contingency. Yeah. And I often tell clients that are super anxious in the process that that's good, because it shows that you're thinking about stuff, and you should be. Honestly, when someone is really just like too cool and just like not really fazed by anything, I get a little worried that they're not paying attention to stuff, So I think that being anxious in the home buying process, or home selling for that matter, it's good. It's good. It means you're paying attention. Yeah. All right. Cool. Well, thank you guys for watching. As always, please take a minute to like our video and subscribe to our channel. All of our contact information is below if you think we can be of assistance here or anywhere in the United States. Mason, love you.
Thank you.
We'll see you guys soon.
See ya.